Okay, welcome back guys. Let's talk digital products, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you everything that you need to know to be able to make and sell digital products online. And by the end of the video guys, you're gonna know exactly what types of digital products you can sell online and be able to choose the best one for you. You're gonna know where to sell these digital products. You're gonna learn exactly how to make them, and also the sales tactics that you need to know to actually allow you to be able to make sales of these digital products online. Because this is the thing guys, without any strategy at all, I could show you how to make these products and you could spend months and months making them, but never actually be able to make any sales. And so let's get into it, and let's first start by talking about some of the potential of digital products, because I think it's always good to start off being realistic of what sorts of incomes we can actually achieve. And I'm going to show you some examples here of businesses that have been started recently in the last 2 years or less guys that are making some pretty life-changing incomes already. So I just want you to be able to see from these businesses here that it's not just possible to make a great income online, but it is actually also very achievable if you put in the work. And look guys, I'll be honest, I'm grateful enough to be here talking to you guys today, doing this on YouTube, because of the income that I've been able to make online over the last few years. And I've also seen very, very good results with clients that I've worked with firsthand. So I can tell you more than anybody, it is definitely possible. But I do just want to disclose as well, before we get too much into this is not going to be a video saying that you could make $10,000 next month selling digital products, okay? It's not one of those videos. This is a realistic video showing you how to make realistic digital products to make a realistic income, not just in a month's time, not just in 2 months' time, but in years to come into the future, and make an income that can change your life if you are willing to put in the work. And so the first step when it comes to selling digital products online is, of course, identifying the platform that you want to sell these digital products on. And so there's going to be plenty to choose from, guys, okay? But all of them are going to be mainly split into 2 different categories, and this is going to be marketplaces and hosting platforms. And so marketplaces basically have built-in traffic where customers are already on the marketplace searching for products to buy on a daily basis. Whereas hosting platforms give you more control. They allow you to, say, make your own website, for example, and sell digital products. But then, of course, they don't have the customer base. So it's your responsibility to bring the customers in yourself, usually using some form of social media. But nevertheless, guys, I'm going to show you some great examples of both marketplaces and hosting platforms that you can choose from. So in terms of marketplaces, guys, best option I can say is either going to be Etsy or Gumroad, in my personal opinion. And then when it comes to hosting platforms, my opinion would be Shopify or pretty much any other website builder out there. There's a lot of them now, Shopify, Squarespace, there's plenty out there. Or a platform called Sellfy, which is more made towards digital product hosting. And just remember guys, general rule of thumb, okay? Marketplaces, you have to do less work to get customers and get sales because they already have the customers and the traffic on there. However, with that means you're going to be making a lot less profit because you're paying for that privilege. However, hosting platforms such as website builders, of course, allow you to keep a lot more of the profit that you make. However, of course, you then do need to bring all of the customers to the website, which, you could also just end up spending loads of money on ads anyway, or you've got to be quite active on social medias to be able to bring that traffic in. So this is why, guys, I recommend, especially if you're a beginner, to start off with a marketplace that already has a customer base and already has traffic. Of course, if anybody's watched any of my other videos, the marketplace I'm going to recommend is going to be Etsy. So let's talk about starting a business selling digital products on Etsy, okay? And guys, you can literally start and open up an Etsy shop in under an hour. It's a very simple process to do, and I do have literal step-by-step full training courses on how to open an Etsy shop on Etsy in my Etsy Accelerator School community. But to be honest, guys, it's very straightforward. I am sure you can do it completely on your own, just walking through the steps on the actual marketplace itself. And guys, on Etsy, just a little tip, don't get too caught up in, what to call your business, all of this sort of stuff. Don't worry about the name or anything. Etsy's I like to call it, it's a very chilled marketplace, okay? There are some wacky business names on there making a ton of income, all right? Don't get too bogged down into the details, because honestly, it's not that important. I think a much more important thing when it comes to making a business on Etsy is just getting the appearance of your shop right, okay? And this comes down to things like the shop banner, the shop logo, and yeah, just the overall aesthetic of the shop. As long as that looks professional, names, anything like that, doesn't really matter as much. And that's the great thing about Etsy as well, is because it's so simple, guys, you can literally make a professional looking shop so easily just using platforms like Canva with like loads of Etsy templates on there already. Even just using AI to help create you a banner and logo. You know, it's easy enough to do. Definitely, this is the marketplace I recommend to sell your digital products. But then, of course, guys, once you have the marketplace in mind of where you want to sell your products to, you then need to start thinking about what sort of digital product you actually want to sell. So now we are entering into the product research stage, guys. And this, I cannot stress it enough, this is an absolutely crucial stage in the business. So you're going to hear the word niches a lot all over the internet when it comes to starting a business. But before you start worrying about that at all, guys, we first need to make sure that you find a digital product type that you can actually create time and time again that matches your skill set and is going to be right for you. And on general, guys, so I'm gonna really simplify this for you as best as I possibly can. There's normally 3 main different types of digital products that you can sell. First of all, you've got your more graphics or graphical art-based digital products, okay? And this is going to be things like printable art, clip art packs, SVGs, product design wraps, you know, etc., etc. Basically, just anything that is predominantly focused on the artwork and on the graphical side of things. Then, guys, you've got your more template-based products, which is, to be honest, what a lot of the YouTube videos I see talking about how to create and sell digital products, a lot of them are basically showing template-based products. And this comes down to a lot of things like planners, social media templates, invites, journals, weight loss trackers, you know, all of those sorts of things. They all fall into the template section. And then, guys, you've also got info products. So info products class things, you know, such as like ebooks, study guides, checklists, learning materials, you know, anything that's more information driven or education focused. To me, certainly, that would be more of an info product. And so graphic based products, they're definitely going to be some of the easiest ones to make, guys, especially because, you know, something exists nowadays called AI, which makes it just so much easier to create graphics. But the downside is that these graphic-based products, they're usually always sold at a much lower price. But it's a solid business option for more creative thinkers. Then you have the templates that we discussed that can definitely be sold for a lot higher profit margins and a lot higher price points. But of course, with that, guys, they're a lot harder to make. But I'd say if you're more of like an analytical and more of a structured sort of thinker, then these sorts of digital products, they're going to be perfect for you because they're going to make you the most money and you're going to be more naturally suited to making that sort of structured template project. Then, of course, guys, the last category I discussed, you've got more info-based products. So this is going to be perfect for things like teachers or, you know, just if you've got a certain skill set or you're very proficient in something and you enjoy teaching and sharing information and, you know, getting it down onto paper, on electronic paper, then again, these are going to take you a bit of time to make, but they could end up bringing you in the most income out of any of these products. So guys, I recommend to be able to make the best decision on what product to sell for you personally, just spend a bit of time, you know, go to Etsy, look at for each type of these products, have a little play around and just really go on a few listings, look at the products people are selling, and just think to yourself, can I make this sort of product? Of course, is this going to be something I'm going to enjoy making? Do I have the skill set to be able to make it? And yeah, I just think that's the crucial things that you kind of need to be able to be successful long-term in one of these business models. And so guys, I'll just say, for me personally, I am very ADHD, okay? I always need to be doing something new. I've also low-key kind of be a little bit like nerdy, you know, I've always been into more like fantasy sort of stuff, like card games, like etc., all that sort of stuff. So for me, naturally, I gravitate more towards the first option, which was graphic-based products. You know, I love like creating fantasy graphics using AI, okay? It's like my childhood dream. I could never draw that well. Now I can use AI, create fantasy artwork and stuff like I've always imagined in my head which means the model is just perfect for me. But then of course, I kind of just started alluding to it there, guys. Once you found a certain product type that you think you can sell and that you can make, then you can start thinking about, special keyword, about the types of niches that you can go down for that product type, okay? And so yeah, that's just an important thing to remember, guys. Top level, you've got the type of digital product that you want to sell, and then going one level deeper that we're going to discuss now is hitting the different niches that you want to hit for that certain product type. And so I'll show you a really cool way to do this now, guys, just to be able to visually get everything all in one place. And so to conduct proper niche research, I recommend to open up either a Figma board or a Canva whiteboard. Just basically somewhere online, guys. It's like the new age version of like an old school pen and paper and noting stuff down. It's just somewhere to put all of your ideas and visualize a mood board and just put it all into one place. And then guys, once you've got one of them open, all I'd recommend to do is just start going to Etsy, even things like Pinterest and, other places like that, and just really start looking for some of the product types that you want to sell. And so say, for example, I've already decided that I'm best suited to selling a product type like clip art, for example. I'm just going to start going to places like Etsy, searching for clip art, going into a few products that appear on the best page, maybe also going into different shops that I see on Etsy. So this is another great key tip, guys, okay? Whenever you're looking at the product pages on Etsy, if you see a product and next to it in brackets, it's got over 1K, this just means the shop's got over 1K reviews, which in turn means it's made a ton of sales on Etsy, okay? So it's normally a good idea to then go into those shops, have a little look around, see how they do things, and really just try and become a student of Etsy, okay? So really paying attention to what has been working. And yeah, just pay attention to how they do things, how they lay out the listings, how they present their products, what sorts of niches they sell. And over time, guys, I just want you to start taking screenshots of listings that you like the look of, screenshots of shops that you like the look of, and actually putting them into your Figma board, into your whiteboard, for example. And over time, even if you just spend a few hours doing this, to be honest, you'll start to get a much better feel of the sort of business that you want to produce yourself. And you'll start getting ideas of the certain niches that you actually want to go down. And guys, it is important to niche down a bit, by the way, because especially with things like digital products, you don't just want customers ordering one product for say like $5, $4, like $6, for example. That's probably not going to make you a millionaire. What you want is customers ordering 3, 4, 5 digital products at a time and then coming back in the future and just continuously ordering from you. So that's why you kind of want to build a long-term sustainable store with lots of products that hit the same niche rather than loads of products that are like all over the place sort of thing. I hope you get what I'm saying there. And guys, if you're somebody that does prefer a more deeper, more in-depth level of training than this sort of video where I can only really cover the basics, then I just want to say again, a lot of my full length training courses, they are all available in the Etsy Accelerator community. And also guys, if it helps, we also give you daily trending product ideas within the community, including all of the prompts to be able to make them on AI and all of the SEO, which is already done for you, which we're going to touch on later anyway. It's got all of my other more in-depth training courses on there as well, in more generalized about how to make money online and how to make money on Etsy. And again, guys, in general, it's just a nice friendly community where if you're stuck on anything and you post a question, it will get answered and you'll always keep moving forward. We are growing fast, and if you wanted to join while the price is still relatively cheap, then there is going to be a link in the video description. Feel free to check it out. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And so anyway, let's carry on moving forward with this video. And so we'll get to the point now where I've decided I want to sell clip art. And from my niche research, thinking about me as a person, I've seen that, say, for example, fantasy clip art is doing very well. It's something I think I can create that matches me as a person. My research board is starting to make shape. I kind of know the business now, how it's going to look. Now it's going to be time, guys. We'll get to the fun part to actually start making these digital products. And so I'm going to show you some great general guidelines here, guys, when it comes to making digital products, no matter what sort of product that you are trying to make and that you want to sell. And I'm going to show you different AI programs and just different programs in general that's going to be perfect for making different types of products. And so if you want to sell more planner or template based digital products, guys, then I recommend to just use some ready-made templates from a program called Canva. And then of course, just go in edit them, change the color tones, change the fonts a little bit, change the imagery, change it to just make the sort of final product that you actually want to sell. And again, guys, you can do the same on a program called Creative Fabrica as well. They have tons and tons and tons of digital product templates to choose from. So again, you could just download these, use them, edit them, and just sell them online. Or alternatively to that, guys, you can also buy ready-made digital products that are already made up by somebody else with MRR, which means master resale rights, which you can then download, edit if you want, and then sell on Etsy directly. And of course, if you want to sell more of the like info products, the learning material products as well, again, same's going to apply, guys. Go to Canva, get your templates, Creative Fabrica, get your templates. And these are going to be a little bit more complex because, of course, you are the teacher. You're getting your information out there. It's going to require more work from you. But of course, if you get stuck on any point, guys, again, we have AI to help us out nowadays. AI can always get you through brain blocks. And it's always going to give you a good structure of how to lay out and what to include within your info-based digital products. Now, when it comes to graphic-based digital products, this is what I'm best at teaching because it's what I do myself personally. And first of all, for things like PNG graphics or, you know, like t-shirt graphics, anything like that, guys, I recommend to use a program called KITTL. I think KITTL's probably the best one on the market for this. This is because they got loads of great like t-shirt templates to choose from, for example, that you can just easily go in and edit. And the AI functionality on KITTL as well, to be honest, guys, it's pretty good. It's pretty high standard nowadays and can make you some very good graphic designs from very simple AI prompts. And another advantage of using a program like KITTL, guys, is that you can also actually mock up your designs. Say it's a t-shirt design, you can actually mock that up directly in KITTL as well, which is going to help you sell the product a lot. And yeah, mock-ups are going to be very important, but we're going to touch on that a bit later in this training video. And then again, guys, for digital products like clip art, again, KITTL's a good one because you can create sets of consistent images pretty easily. Or you can do it another way using combination of chat GPT prompts and then just put the prompts into Leonardo AI, for example, or Midjourney one by one. And then that's going to produce some very stunning high quality images that you can bulk together and then sell online as a clip art pack. And of course, guys, just as another reminder, if you wanted more in-depth training on making digital products using KITTL, using Leonardo AI, then there is a full detailed training in the Etsy Accelerator community. But then, guys, once you start making some digital products in the niche and in the business model that you want to sell in, it becomes time to start listing them on Etsy. But now, guys, I just quickly first want to cover something which I know a lot of people ask, and when I was new to digital products, I didn't fully understand this either, but it's how the customer actually gets the digital product after they make the purchase. And so this is why Etsy is great, guys, and it is so user-friendly because firstly, depending on what you sell, okay, this is a big one, depending on what you sell, you can actually attach digital products directly to an Etsy listing, okay? They have a limit. It's about 20 megabytes per item, and you can upload up to 5 items in a listing. But, you know, for things like a big digital clip art pack, for example, or some very high quality artwork, you're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be over 20 megabytes. So another thing you can also do, guys, is download your digital product and then upload it to a Google Drive. Take the link to that Google Drive, put it into a PDF document. And then what you actually do is just basically attach that PDF document to the Etsy listing. This is then what the customer purchases. This is what they receive. Then, of course, they just click on the link and go through to the Google Drive, and they can download all of the digital files that they've actually purchased. And so, yeah, that's just a very important one for you to know, guys. You do need to know the process of how this works as well. Like I said, I don't want to leave you in the dark with anything. But then, of course, once you actually know how this process works, now we need to make the listing on Etsy. And so, guys, like a wise man would say, making an Etsy listing is both straightforward yet complex, because the art of making the perfect Etsy listing, guys, it takes a while to master. But yeah, not getting too philosophical, but I'm gonna make it very simple for you guys. There's 2 main things that you really need to worry about. These are very important things. The first is going to be the images, how you present the product, okay? Rubbish images means you'll get no clicks. No clicks means you'll get no sales. If nobody clicks on your image, they won't even get the chance to buy your product, okay? The images and how you present the product, top tier importance. Another thing that's very important, guys, you've probably heard it already, SEO. search engine optimization. That's going to help to get your products in front of the right search queries and in front of the right audience base. And so yeah, that's two very important things, but I can't stress it enough, guys. Number one thing, images. And making high quality images is going to depend a bit on the exact product that you want to sell. But say you're selling things like templates, info products, anything like that, okay? Make sure to mock them up to present the listing in the highest quality form that you possibly can. Absolute best way to do this, exactly what I would do if I was starting again from zero. Guys, just go to Etsy, look at how listings that are showing up on the first page, that are making a lot of sales, look at how they're being presented, okay? And then go to a platform such as Canva, for example, search for the sort of templates that you want to be able to sell, and really just try your best to take aspects of different products that you know are selling well on Etsy, that you know are performing, you know are getting clicked, and then just make your more own unique variations of how these products are being mocked up. And I would say that, I do want to stress that, guys, make them more unique, okay? If you do the thing as a bestseller, you're going to be competing directly against that bestseller. Why would somebody choose you? No offense, but why would they? So it's good to take inspiration from, say, two different bestsellers, how they're laying things out. Maybe take a font from one, a layout from another, a color scheme from another one, put all of them together, create your own unique variation. You know, you get the gist. And again, a similar concept is going to apply to anything that's more graphic based, artwork based. I sell clip art. I like to really take my time mocking it up, really showing the artwork to be the highest quality that I possibly can on Etsy, really attention grabbing, doing what I can to get the click. And yeah, just making sure that I'm presenting the listing as best as I possibly can. But guys, look, because I genuinely want you to make money on Etsy, like I said, I'm not going to leave anything out. I'm going to give you real strategy as well. Even if it's a little bit boring, to be honest, you have to promise me to become a student of Etsy. And by this, I mean, really take the time, even if it's 2 days before you actually list something, take the time to plan everything out and really look at what good quality listings look like, because you cannot make a best-selling listing if you don't know what a best-selling listing looks like. This is the key. It's what a lot of beginners just brush off because they don't think it's important, but it is. But then guys, once you've got your high quality listing images, your high quality mockups, now we can actually go into Etsy and create the listing. So here on the listing manager, guys, you can upload your images, including the beautiful headline mockup that you've just made, and the product is going to be presented very nicely. Then guys, you're going to see a section on the Etsy listing to actually attach the digital products / digital files to your listing. And again, like we touched on earlier, guys, this can either be a direct file that you're going to put straight in, or it can be a PDF document, which just includes a link to a Google Drive, for example, where all of the products are actually being stored. Then guys, once that's done, it's time to start looking into our good old friend, SEO. And now you can do this simply just by going into other best-selling listings that are working well in your area, copying the SEO from them, and then altering a few keywords to suit your product a little bit better. Or you can use research apps, guys. There's plenty of them out there. Of course, I recommend Everbee. They're going to really help you to choose the highest quality, high search, low competition keywords that you can use within your listings. Or you can even just, again, leverage AI. We need to start leveraging AI more and more if we can. And yeah, ChatGPT, it can really help you to put together a high quality title, the tags, even the description of the listing, you know, all that good sort of stuff. AI can help us with. And yeah, like I said, I just touched on it there, but descriptions as well, also very important. Make sure your descriptions are focused on telling the customer exactly what they're getting as part of the listing. Include as much information as you can. Descriptions are used to make the customer sure of the product that they are buying and to answer questions that the customer may have that is currently stopping them from pressing that buy now button. So then comes pricing, guys, and pricing can be a very big differential when it comes to making a lot of money on your digital products or making no sales at all. So what I personally recommend, guys, just start out a little bit underneath all of the competition, okay? The reason for this is because, especially with digital products, you're going to rely a lot on momentum, and you really want to try and get as much sales momentum and just as many sales and reviews and social proof coming into your shop as early as you possibly can. Like I said, it's no skin off your back. You make the digital product, it's out there forever. Whether you sell it for, I don't know, $2 or $3, for the sake of $1, just get those early sales in. I promise you it's going to be worth it. And then as soon as a product has made, say, 5 sales or so, start upping the price to what you actually want to sell that product for long term. Etsy, after all, guys, it's just an algorithm. It's not a human sat on the other side of that computer deciding where to put listings. It's just an algorithm at the end of the day. Make those sales early on. Show Etsy that your products are good quality and that people want them. The algorithm will notice that and they will push your shop and your products higher in return. But yeah, then guys, once you've gone through the listing steps and you've filled out all of the information to create the Etsy listing, you can press publish and you can go live, and then welcome to the world of selling online digital products. That product can be bought right from day one. And of course, once the customer does buy your digital product, they'll then be sent the link or the file directly, however you've done it, straight away as soon as they make the purchase. That's fulfilled, that's off your hands, and then you can start making that passive income well into the future. And remember, guys, if you wanted a more in-depth, step-by-step, literally me doing it live, walk through the full training course to make digital products, it's available in the Etsy Accelerator community, and you'll get all your daily trending product ideas, all of the SEO, all of the AI prompts to be able to create them easily. And there's also plenty more in-depth courses on there to get you ahead of the game on Etsy and to get you making sales. Feel free to check it out just up here if you wanted to take your shop to the next level, guys, and put more money in your pocket online. Otherwise, if you want to see some great digital product ideas that you can make using AI, check out this free video here. That's going to give you some great ideas. Just want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take good care of yourself. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.